Game.
Yes, please.
I was proud of our kids. I thought we competed tonight. I thought we represented our school well, our conference well. I thought it was probably one of the most physical games we played all season long. At one point, I thought there were bodies flying everywhere. So I'm proud of our kids for the grit that they showed out there on the floor. I mean, obviously, you look at a stat sheet and you give up 17 offensive rebounds, and I think that's part of the storyline. I mean, they were tougher to the ball on a lot of those rebounds and got putbacks and kept possessions going for them. So that was big in their favor. I mean, we didn't game plan for that number 20 to go off for 23. I mean, I thought that's another storyline that she hit threes tonight that, I mean, I'm not sure if you look back in the box scores of the last several games, she can shoot, but I'm not sure she shot like that, So we didn't prepare as well for her and adjust maybe as well and go a little tighter to her. So we were ready for the post game, but we weren't ready for that out of her, So I thought those were some keys.
Coach, were you expecting this physical of a game?
Absolutely. I mean, we've seen it on tape. I mean, it's the same story. You gotta bring a hard hat and go to work, and I think there's a little bit of that over the course of 40 minutes. They rotated, and didn't lose as much from a size standpoint and depth standpoint as what we did when we had to rotate. I mean, our post kid played, I don't know, not as many minutes as what she needed to at the center spot. She had a little foul trouble, and so that obviously hurts rebounding too. But this is what we expected.
Can you talk about the game today? I'm not sure who's who because you guys.
This is Macy. That's all right.
Okay, Macy. Macy, can you talk about tonight's game, just a general comment
Yeah,
about the game?
very physical, like we thought it would be. Thought we played hard, but obviously didn't end up how we wanted. But good effort, I guess.
Can you talk about the overall experience with this being your first time in the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, I mean, it was a great experience. As a senior, all 4 years we worked towards this, and we did. We had a great season, and we didn't want it to end here, but it was neat. We got to go on the road, we got to travel, and we got to play on a neutral floor where we haven't done that yet, and it was just a lot of fun to experience, even though we wish we could have went further.
Coach, can you talk about how your team battled deficits the whole game and just kept fighting, like you said earlier?
Yeah, no, I was proud of us. I mean, I felt like every time we would get it close within 3 or 4 or 5, they would get a big rebound and put back, or they would hit a 3 and it would expand back out. But, part of this at this level is there's going to be ups and downs. Every team is good, so every game is going to be like this, and somebody's going to go on little runs here and there. So part of that team that keeps advancing is the ability to be able to persevere through the ups and the downs, make shots, finish plays at the defensive end of the floor, and that's who's going to wind up after 40 minutes with a win on the scoreboard.
What does this do for your program, Coach?
I think it's a big step, in the right direction. I mean, this has been huge. I mean, from when I started 10 years ago, 11 years ago, it was a basement, so we knew it was a rebuild. And I'm proud of the group that's come in 4 years ago and helped us to get to this point. And, so we're definitely proud of our kids and the community and the support that we've got up to this point. And, we hope it's a momentum builder. I mean, everybody does. It's a great step for every school to get to this level. You just want to keep going. But so that hurts a little bit, but at the same time, I think it's positive for our school, the league, and our program, without a doubt.
And it was a hard-fought battle. I think it wasn't statistically very pretty, but this time of year it's all about the W and just advancing. And I thought our girls really battled hard on the glass. We thought after 34 got in foul trouble, we thought we had an advantage in the post, so we really tried to get it inside, create some easier opportunities for us in there. And then when they drew in to help, then we looked to kick it out and get some open looks on the perimeter. But Bluffton's a very good team, very athletic, creates a lot of problems for us on the perimeter defensively just because of their athleticism. And they had a great year. So we're excited to be advancing, and I'm really proud of this team, how we've bounced back after having a tough stretch at the end of our season and then turning around and playing with a lot of confidence, a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of emotion, all the things I've been asking for all year. And so it was really nice to see them play like that tonight.
Can you talk about the physicality of this game? It was very physical.
Yep.
And we talked a little about that with Coach Shetler just now.
Yeah, I would not want to be an official in the NCAA tournament because it is extremely tough because you want to call it clean and keep it clean, but at the same time you got to allow the players to determine the outcome of the game. And so I would think that this game would have been very challenging as an official to call. But that's how we play. That's how our conference is. So it wasn't really a big eye-opener for us. We're used to it. We're used to the hand checks. We're used to the physicality around the rim. So it was our game.
Lisa, can you talk about adding on what Coach said about how physical this game was.
Yeah. Us post players, we knew we kind of had an advantage down low, so we were trying to feed it into the post a lot, and then seeing the double, and then kick out to our wings on the 3-point line. You just have to go after rebounds, because when you have a size advantage, that's what's going to win games, is defense and rebounding and limiting second shot opportunities. And I feel we did that tonight.
Go ahead.
Brooke, actually, obviously feeling it tonight, but the one right before the half, was that when you kind of felt like things just kind of turned in your favor?
Yeah, I guess you could say I had the hot hand tonight, which was nice to finally have after having kind of a slump in my offensive game. So it's nice to kind of be back. And yeah, that was a big shot going into halftime. So yeah, it was good to get that and get those 3 points on the scoreboard for our team.
For anybody to answer how frustrating it was tonight, you get up by 8, and all of a sudden they'd be right back in, but yet you were able to keep kind of coming back a little bit. I mean, how difficult had to be that for you tonight?
Yeah, when we got up by 8, we gave up 2 offensive rebounds, and that was what we talked about in the timeout. Was that's the difference in the game for us, is offensive rebounds and then fouling. When they made their run in the first half, that was the difference, was us fouling, and so. We talked about that at halftime, cleaning up those things like moving screens and running through screens, just those little things that people don't really notice that can really swing the momentum of the game, and we just really needed to clean that up. And I thought as the game progressed in the second half, we did a much better job cleaning up those things and really executing down the stretch. Down the stretch, we did such a good job of handling the clock, and then working to get the look that we wanted to get. And we didn't settle for anything early, and I'm really proud of how they managed the clock the last quarter.
Obviously, your bench was a big help tonight, too, being able to go as deep as you did.
Yeah, always. That's who we are, right? Always important, and when we got in foul trouble, we go to our bench. It doesn't really hurt us, which is great. So, it's such a great group of ladies to be able to step in, and there just isn't a whole lot of holes for us, so it's nice to be balanced.
Lisa, you're probably one of the last teams in this tournament, but tonight showed that you belong.
Thank you.
That's what I wrote already. But do you feel like you really belong in this team?
Definitely, yeah. We had a slump there at the end of our regular season conference games, but we all know how good of a team we can be when we play together. So took a little time away from each other, but then we got back in the gym, and I feel like it's really benefited us because, like Coach mentioned earlier, we're all playing with emotion and intensity, and now's the time of year to get hot. So I think we're doing really well.